Welcome to the Bounce Method podcast, where we don't just flip properties, we flip mindsets. I'm JD Allen, Marine Corps veteran, engineering leader, and your multifamily investment mentor. If you're stuck chasing small gains, we're here to change the game. Each week, we'll dive into strategies to buy, operate, upgrade, normalize, cash flow, and exit. That's right, bounce your way to your first million. No fluff, no hype, just real talk, real deals, and real momentum. So buckle up, it's time to bounce. Most people think real estate success starts with a calculator, and I'm here to tell you it starts with a mirror. It's not about spreadsheets, it's not about cap rates, it's about the mindset that walks in the room before you ever touch a deal. I've watched people with Ivy League degrees fail and high school grads build multi-million-dollar portfolios. And why? Because in small multifamily investing, the right mindset beats knowledge every single time. This is how you go from overthinking your first duplex to flipping 30-unit buildings like a pro. So if you're ready, let's get into the mindset that builds millionaires. First, you don't need to know everything. You just got to start. The number one killer of real estate dreams, overthinking. Most people never get started because they're afraid they don't know enough. But here's the truth. You will never know enough at the beginning. You learn by doing, by writing that LOI, by touring that ugly property, by calling that broker. The action taker mindset creates momentum, and then the momentum's going to build the confidence. When I bought my first property, I didn't have all the answers. I made mistakes, but I was learning in the real world, getting real equity instead of just YouTube knowledge. And I've got to tell you, if all you have is YouTube knowledge and you're not taking any real action, you are not making progress. Progress comes by taking that step. From scarcity to abundance thinking, you hear this all the time. There aren't any good deals left. That's a scarcity mindset. That's the mindset that believes someone else always gets the opportunity. But the abundance mindset, it says deals are out there, I just haven't found mine yet. The best investors I know don't chase perfect properties. They create value when others don't see it. They add laundry rooms, they convert storage, they negotiate terms, they play chess while others are playing checkers. And your identity determines results. How you see yourself will dictate how you perform. If you say, I'm just starting out, then of course you're going to show up timid. You're going to apologize in those meetings. But if you say, I'm a small multifamily investor who solves problems, you're going to carry yourself with that purpose. And guess what? Brokers, sellers, and lenders are going to all respond to that. They sense that urgency. And I tell my students, act like an investor you want to become because it's going to make a difference. Speak it before you see it, and that will be your mindset. Here's the thing. When you walk in to have a conversation with someone and you're trying to make a deal, they will know immediately if you know what you're doing. And if you walk in timid, you're going to immediately look like you don't have an understanding of the game at all. You got to walk in with confidence, walk in with a little bit of pride, and walk in like you know what you're doing, what you're trying to accomplish. They will react to that positively, and you will be on your way to making that deal happen. Now, mindset during sourcing, relentless consistency. Finding deals is not a one and done. You have to build rhythm. That means follow-up calls. That means checking listings every day. That means talking to the same broker for the 10th time until they finally send you that pocket listing. Most people give up after 3 tries. That employee mindset. But the investor mindset, we understand that every no gets us closer to the right yes. Because consistency will create luck. When you approach a negotiation thinking, I hope they give me a deal, look, you're already losing. Instead, walk in thinking, how can I solve this seller's problem? When you make it about them, the door is open. They may not want to lower the price, but they might carry the note. They might give you 6 months of no payments. They might let you take over the property with seller financing. I had a deal where the seller wouldn't budge on price, but I offered them terms, small down payment, 5-year balloon, interest only, and guess what? They were ready to make a deal. Cash flow from day one because I solved their problem, and it was mindset over math. Now let me tell you something. No deal's going to go perfectly. You're going to face that leaky roof, tenants that don't pay, contractors that won't show, and most people will panic. But investors, they pivot. We don't get married to our first plan. We stay married to that outcome. And that flexibility comes from the right mindset, seeing problems as puzzles and not roadblocks. Now, bounce isn't just a method, it's a muscle. And you're going to have deals that are going to fall apart, and you will lose money, and you will have days where you're going to question everything. But each time you bounce back, you get stronger. The balanced mindset isn't about avoiding failure, it's about rebounding faster than the average investor. And that's how you build long-term wealth. You don't need to feel inspired every day. You need to be disciplined. Discipline is calling 5 brokers before 9 a.m. Discipline is doing due diligence when your friends are watching Netflix. And motivation is a mood, whereas discipline is a decision. $1 million portfolios are built on what you do when no one's watching. And the first time you get a good offer, it's tempting to sell. But smart investors understand. Sometimes the best move is to refinance, pull out your equity, and hold. Let the money keep working. Let the property keep cash flowing. That mindset, long-term thinking, is how real wealth is built. The average investor plays for a flip. The bounce investor plays for financial freedom. Now here's the truth. You don't need permission. You need a decision. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be committed. Most people wait for the proof they can do it before they act. But in this game, action provides proof. The bounce mindset is simple. Take the hit, learn fast, bounce back stronger. You already have what it takes. Now it's time to own it. Let's go build something great, one bounce at a time. If you like this episode, do me a favor, subscribe so you don't miss the deep dives we've got coming. Leave a review. It helps to reach more people ready to bounce. And if you want the full breakdown, go to www.thebouncemethod.com and download the book. Talk to you later. Thank you so much. Bye.